Hello, welcome to Clash of the Rams, the sports talk show. I'm your host, Jeremy Hayes, with a microphone. And over to my left, we got Eric Russo, Ryan Chevy Chevalier.
I have nothing to say today. April Fools.
It's April 2nd.
Good enough.
Daveson, Perez,
Opening day is among us. Are you ready for the season?
Brandon Crosby.
Yeah, I'm feeling that mic today, Jeremy. Matches your outfit.
Does it blend in with the time?
Yeah, kind of.
It's like I'm not
I
even
like
old
it. I'm
to
feeling it.
All right.
Alright, moving on. Baseball seasons this week. It kind of snuck up on me. I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited. Alright, since we're in Boston, we're going to start out with the AL East, the big Red Sox-Yankees rivalry, but also the Rays trying to become a pretty decent team in the AL East. So, Eric, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think that the division can go three ways. The Rays could win it, the Red Sox could win it, the Yankees could win it. I've kind of been saying for the last 2 or 3 years that I think the Yankees are gonna, their age is gonna catch up with them, but it hasn't happened yet. So I'm hoping that this is the year that it happens. But the Rays have great starting pitching, great young players, Longoria, Upton, and the Red Sox are gonna be better than people think. They can win 95 games. They have the talent if they put September behind them.
Alright, Ryan?
Well, I think the Red Sox will actually pull off the division. I think it will come really down to the Yankees and Red Sox like every year. I actually think Tampa's kind of on the downfall. They lost a lot of guys last year, Matt Garza and Carlos Pena, and they just lost a lot of guys. So the Red Sox have lost a few guys like Reddick and Lowry, but they might build off of that. I'm looking to see how they'll take a team that's a little bit weaker than years in the past and see if they can actually win this division.
Alright, Daveson?
I agree with Eric. I really think it is a 3-team race, but eventually, like Ryan said, it will boil down to the Red Sox and the Yankees. The Yankees have added to their starting pitching with Michael Pineda, and I think that was a good move for them, making their rotation a lot better with CC Sabathia, Andy Pettitte coming back this year. And the Red Sox, they aren't really a bad team. They're looking pretty good this season. They have speed. I feel like they have really good balance in the whole lineup. And once they get Crawford back, everybody's skeptical about whether or not he'll be good this year. But I feel like he has something to prove, and I think he will step up when needed, adding that extra boost in speed.
All right, Brandon?
Oh, just kind of marrying off what Davidson said. I actually think that Crawford is going to be a big part of the Red Sox this year. He's definitely going to have a better year. He just needed to kind of get acclimated, I think, into the offense and into his role. But I agree with what the guys are saying. I think it's a 3-team race. I think the Rays are capable of winning the division. They have a lot of young talent. Their pitching is really good. And obviously the Yankees and Red Sox are going to be in it. I mean, that's no question. I think the Yankees have a better rotation this year, getting rid of Burnett and adding some other guys in. So, I mean, I think both the Yankees and the Red Sox are going to be great teams as well as the Rays. So either one of those teams can take it.
Yep, should be interesting in the AL East.
Definitely.
So, moving on to the larger scale of Major League Baseball, we're going to go through every division and cover every division. So, that was a Dumb and Dumber mode. Anyways, Daveson, you are covering the AL Central.
AL
right?
Central.
All right, take it away.
This is going to be a one-sided division with the Detroit Tigers at the top of the list. They have made some major moves one major move by acquiring Prince Fielder down at first base to accompany Miguel Cabrera. This is probably if not the best 1-2 punch in the league, and I just see them taking out all those teams. And on a side note, we have the Kansas City Royals, who have tremendous young talent in Alex Gordon and Eric Hosmer at first base. I believe they'll be up there in standings around second, possibly third, and yeah, one-sided.
All right, pretty good. And by the way, that was an Austin. Oh, excuse me. That was an Austin Powers reference, not a Dumb and Dumber reference. In case anybody who's gonna catch me on that. Eric, go ahead.
Yeah, the AL West. Do the Mariners and A's even exist in this division? It's pretty obvious it's going to be the Angels and Rangers. The Angels get Pujols in the offseason, C.J. Wilson added to the rotation. They have great starting pitching with Dan Harron and Jared Weaver and Santana, so that's going to be a starting rotation to be reckoned with. And the Rangers are back-to-back World Series appearances. They lose Wilson. Josh Hamilton had his trouble in the offseason, but they're going to be right there again. And like I said, the A's and Mariners aren't really a factor in that division. So the Rangers and Angels will be fighting for playoff positioning, either division or wild card.
All right, we're going to move on to the National League, and I believe the East.
Right.
Right, Brandon?
Right, the NL East. I believe the NL East is going to be going to shake out kind of how it has the last few years. The Philadelphia Phillies are definitely going to win. I can't see any other team taking them out. They're definitely going to win the division. Anytime you have 3 starting pitchers like Cole Hamels, Cliff Lee, and Halladay who could kind of just eat up innings, it's not, even though their bats are getting older, they still don't need to rely on them as much. And also the Marlins have obviously made some big moves, acquiring Jose Reyes, and they have some great pitching, so they're going to I think they're going to be in the 2 spot. And then the Nationals are a team that are up and coming. They're probably a couple years removed, but with Strasburg coming out and some of the other guys, I think they're great. The other 2 teams are kind of going to be, well, the Mets are definitely going to be in last. The Braves, I think, are still going to be kind of out of it, but it's a great division. I think it's one of the best in baseball now.
All right, going on, I'm going to cover the National Central. And just kind of staying simple with it, I think you have to look out for the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals, even though they lost Albert Pujols, Lance Berkman's an okay, decent substitute. But I still think they're a great team. I think they have a chance to take that division, but you also have to watch out for Milwaukee. I think Milwaukee and I think the Cincinnati Reds will be kind of a surprise team for this year. And also watch out for Andrew McCutchen. I think he'll have like an MVP type of season, but we'll see. Those Pirates never get any respect, so I mean, we'll find out. Our last division, the West.
Yes, the NL West, it consists of the Arizona Diamondbacks and Giants, who I think will be the top contenders for their division. I think actually the Giants will pull it out this year. Arizona has a lot of talent, a lot of power, young power hitters, but the Giants have Tim Lincecum and a great pitching rotation. And then don't count the Padres. It was amazing what they did last year, leading that division for most of the year. And, they're a sleeper pick right there.
Wow, okay. So that's the entire Major League right there. We're going to step away from Major League right now and just go to quick updates in sports. The Celtics beat the Heat last night. Brandon, do you think they're the best team in the league right now?
They're definitely not the best team.
Let's try to
all
convince
right.
you.
No, they're all right. They're right there with Orlando, but they're definitely not Chicago or Miami.
All right, we got the Frozen Four coming up with BC. Eric, real quick, what do you think?
BC and Minnesota this weekend, and then Union and Ferris State, 2 not-so-known teams, but BC is looking to go 3 out of the last 5 years as national champions, so we'll see what happens this week.
All right, and we have a little bit of time. I want to go into a story that a lot of people haven't heard of, but it's starting to make headlines. A school in Utah, Madison High, excuse me, but high school high, whatever. But anyways, they just won the basketball championship this past weekend for their school, and surprisingly, they won by like 20. But they were ahead by 20 with about 8 seconds left. Their best player got fouled. He was going to go to the line, but he ends up getting hurt. So it turns out they had to bring in a substitute. And the Madison Huskies brought in Diego. And Diego is a dog. They sent a dog to the free throw line. The referee bounced the ball to the dog. He knocked it up, missed the first free throw. He did the same thing. He knocked it up. It went off the rim and in. So Diego actually scored a point in this game. So I just want real quick, Ryan, do you think it was fair that they let a dog into the game? Should that point even count?
I've never heard of that in my life. It reminds me of that movie.
Air Bud.
Air Bud.
It was the ironic thing was it was a husky though. It was a husky, and the team is called the Huskies. So it was their mascot. So it's crazy. Daveson, do you think it's right that people are giving the dog a hard time or no?
No. Any dog that can make a free throw has some type of skill.
Yeah.
I want that dog on my team.
So you think it's like is it not politically correct that people are taking shots at like Diego? I mean, it's really offensive to some people. And dogs.
I don't see I don't see what's wrong with that. With the dog trying to make the NBA. Just kidding. But just let the dog be, man.
All right, real quick before we move on, we have a couple seconds. Dog or human for your basketball team?
Dog.
Dog or human?
Human.
I gotta go with human. Dog or human?
Yeah, let's go with a team full of dogs. Why not?
Dog or human?
Let's do it. Let's get some Alaskan dogs or something. Husky race. Let's do it, man.
All right, that's all for our updates.
Just don't let Michael Vick be the coach.
Oh.
Ryan, that was a good one.
All right, we're going to move on to game time now. But before we do, guys, April Fools. That wasn't a real story. Sorry to disappoint you.
How do I know?
Very
Sorry.
funny.
Okay, we're going to move on to game time,
It's
which
April
is
2nd.
yeah, whatever. Which is more or less. And the way that this game's going to work, I'm going to give these guys a card that looks like this. If I'm going to basically give you a phrase that's a statistic. If you think that'll be more, less. That is it. Eric? And we're going to do it in teams this time. Man, these cards are not just sitting on the lap. Oh, well, thank you, Ryan.
No
Somebody
problem.
wants to win. He's, stressed.
Sucking up already.
All right, so moving on. This mic's getting heavy. Or my hands. It's not going to be papers. All right, the way that's going to work, we got teammates. One's going to guess what the other's thinking. The other is going to show our card and, basically go into quick detail of their answer. So, right, guys? We're going to start with Eric and Ryan. All right, so Ryan, what do you think Eric's going to pick? John Lester, 13 wins. Over or under? More or less?
I'm going to say under.
Oh, we got a point for them, Eric. Real quick, why?
I
So-
want over. Sorry.
So don't.
Oh.
Don't
Yeah.
So you lose a point.
Are,
Okay.
are you sure?
Lester's going to win more than 13 games. He's the Red Sox ace. They're going to depend on him big time for victory, so definitely over on that one.
All right. Got some cheaters over here. All right, moving on. All right, you guys are ready?
Yeah.
All right, Daveson. Prince Albert Pujols. His nickname's Prince. I didn't want to confuse you with Prince Fielder. But anyways, 30 home runs. Over or under? More or less?
I want to say more.
More. Brandon?
Right.
Oh,
What
we
are you
got,
talking about?
we have a point here.
Right.
Go ahead, real quick. Why?
I mean, he's just. I learned never to count out Albert Pujols, so he could definitely hit more than 30.
All right, so without giving any more explanation, switch cards. Oh, you did. Very good. You guys are on the
We're
ball.
right on it.
Get
All
a
right,
point.
we're going on to our next topic. I had slow reaction to that. All right, ready? Ozzie Guillen, 3 ejections. More or less? Over or under? Eric?
Oh, I gotta think he's gonna say more on that one.
We got a point over here. More. All right, and, don't give any details on that because that's just there doesn't need to be any details on that. All right, Daveson and Brandon.
Yeah.
Well, I am.
Yeah,
asking
you're speaking to
Brandon.
me.
Oh. You want to get deducted a point? You're a smart
Let
attitude.
you-
Okay.
Just let you know, I'm just saying.
I'm only a kid. All right, New York Yankees, 95 wins. Over or under? More or less? It's a tough one, I know.
It's tough.
From a Yankee.
Yeah, especially because he's a Red Sox fan. I would say over.
He's right.
Oh, we got an over.
Oh.
All right, you don't have to
explain
explain.
that.
It's the Yankees, whatever. All right, we're gonna move on to we're gonna close out the show with our final predictions and thoughts. So, here's a ball. Oh yeah, thank you guys. They've been falling on the floor all day. Why not just put?
We won.
Oh yeah, by the way, they won. They didn't win. They have a smart attitude though, and I like it. All right, so anyways, we're gonna go with our predictions. Just give us some vague predictions and who you think is gonna win the World Series. Let's start with you, Brandon.
Thanks. I forgot you were coming to me. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say that the Tigers get the #1 seed in the East, and I would say the Phillies do in the West. As far as who would make the World Series, I would go with either the Tigers, Red Sox, or Yankees. Or I think they'll win it all. I think it's gonna be close.
All right, who's
All right.
next? Somebody's
Want
got to
to-
be open.
want to-
Yeah,
I got Eric.
All right. I'm going with the Tigers as well in the AL. I'm going with the Arizona Diamondbacks in the National League.
Whoa.
The Tigers have a great offense, obviously, with Prince Fielder and Miguel Cabrera and Justin Verlander. I mean, he speaks for himself. And Diamondbacks are a good young team, so I think they're going to surprise some people in the NL.
All right, who's open? Daveson.
I'm going to go with a player, and I'm going to point out Yoenis Cespedes. So he's a recent defector from Cuba, and he's playing with the Oakland Athletics. 2 games in, he already has 1 home run this season for the A's, and I predict that he's going to be around 20 to 25 homers and hit maybe 90 RBIs. What I like about him is that he's like a 4-tool player, and that he has a strong arm, good glove, speed, and has patience at the plate, which is key with new players coming into the league. And in terms of my prediction, the end of the season, I'm gonna go with the Angels and the Phillies.
I'm kidding. Go ahead.
I just want to talk about the Detroit Tigers and the Central, and how they're probably going to win the division. That's what I believe. And it's going to be Justin Verlander off the back of him. He was great last year, won the Cy Young, and also my prediction for the World Series would be probably the Phillies winning it all, because their lineup, they get better here with Pap now.
All right, I'm 2 feet in front of you. I'd have to throw it. I have a microphone, man. Just drop that. All right, real quick, I just want to give a shout out to the Red Sox. I was very unimpressed with the Red Sox, but I really think they can pull it together and win a couple games. I'm gaining faith in them. Let's just say that. I already mentioned McCutcheon, I think MVP. As far as Cy Young, I'd go with Roy Halladay. I'm not going to go with the other league, but anyways. Other than that, World Series, let's go back-to-back with the St. Louis Cardinals. Huh? Anybody?
They lost
That's
bold.
Very bold. I don't see it.
And remember, this episode is brought to you by High Energy Microphones. If it's another microphone, I don't want to hear it. All right, anyways, I'm only kidding. All right, that's all we have for this week. So from all of us in Studio 73, we'll see you guys in a couple weeks.